Started my journey, month 2 completed. It's, something else that I've just was able to accomplish in the last 30 days. So in this video, I wanted just to go over basically everything that I experienced in the month, my second month while being on a trizepatide. And so I just wanted to walk through that journey, what that looked like, side effects, did I have any weight loss, weight gain, what were the significant changes and what did I do to really stay focused and really trying to achieve my end goal, which is losing weight consistently, but in moderation, not in an accelerated pace, because that's when you start depleting your muscle, your hair loss comes in, right? So I'm really being intentional about doing the right things to achieve my goals in a healthy way. So let's go through the week by week process and give you my updates. My month 2 journey started on August 22nd. That's when I hit week 5. At that point in time, I already had switched over to compound trizepatide. I went from Manjaro 2.5. Week 5, August 22nd, I started 12.5 units of the compound trizepatide through my telehealth, which is Friday Health. At that point in time, I always do injections on Friday. Fridays are, no pun intended, Fridays is always my injection day. And the only side effect I had this week after administering my prescription was nausea and just feeling nauseous. And that's on me because, again, it's you have to be very intentional with your protein intake, making sure you're hydrated, fiber. And so just making sure that I was making conscious decisions. And so what I started doing is when I inject my medication, I always have like a protein shake that has at least at minimum 30 grams of protein, so it kind of combats the feeling nauseous. So week 5 total weight gain, when I did my weigh in, because I do the weigh in before I do my injection, I lost a total of 5 pounds and 1 ounce. So that was amazing. I was really grateful for that. And the only side effect, like I mentioned, was feeling nauseous. I have yet to take my prescription medication for the nausea medication, just because, again, I'm already on a medication. I don't want to start mixing other things. I do take supplements in the morning. So for week 6, that's a Friday, started August 29th. I actually did my injection. Later on that day, I had just came in from a trip for work. I had flown in from California to the East Coast, and I was just super tired. I did not want to do anything. I was just tired at that point in time. I injected my prescription medication on the left side of my stomach that day. For that week, I only lost 1 pound and 1 ounce, which, again, for me, it's okay. I want to make sure I'm losing weight in a moderate pace and not really accelerated, because, again, I don't want that drastic look when you lose too much weight all at once. Side effects for this week 6 was constipation, nausea, and I had the hunger pains on day 5. Like, my appetite was opening up. So your appetite suppresses, after you do your medication, the first 4 to 5 days, 5 day 5, 6, and 7. That's when your hunger starts kicking in. And so you just have to be very mindful that you intentionally eating healthy in the beginning, stay up the course so it does not impact your weight loss. I did work out. Each week I work out. My goal is to do a 5-day split. And so I do strength training and then I do walking every day. My treadmill was broken. I just got it repaired. My Peloton tread was broken the week of the 22nd, 29th. The week of the 29th. I lasted like about almost 3 weeks without a treadmill. So that did decrease my walking, to be honest. Moving on to week 7. So again, injection, 12.5 units of the compound. I did that in the morning as well. I did that on my arm, right side. And my total weight loss for this week was 5.5 pounds. So again, at this point in time, I was still having issues with my treadmill, but I was doing my weightlifting. I was trying to be mindful and healthy of what I was eating, being very intentional, making sure I was prepping for my food, making sure when we did groceries with my husband that, I was focusing, okay, what are we making for dinner this week? I need to have high protein meals. And so that was the goal. And, he's been very helpful through this journey and supportive. And so I really appreciate that. When I'm working, I do work from home. Unfortunately, I focus too much on on my work, and I zone out and I forget to eat. And so I think just have to remind myself, go walk the house for a couple, like do 5 rounds or something, just to get myself moving. My goal each day is to hit 10,000 steps or more. So about 5 miles. And so that's just my personal goal. In addition to my weight training, I want to keep my muscle mass with this journey. And I know the biggest concern, and you lose your muscle, but I think you lose your muscle when you lose weight too quickly and you're not doing anything to really build them. Moving on to week 12, that's week 8 for me. I did my 12.5 units at 12:30 p.m. injection side arm left. That's when I did that one. Side effects here, I'm just gonna say again, it was constipation for the most part. I was not nauseous that week, to say, but I did not lose any weight. I lost 0 pounds, so I was the same weight as I was week 7, which is okay. That was the week of May 5th. The week of May 5th, I lost 5.5 pounds, and then the week 12, my 8th week on a GLP-1, I did not lose weight, which is fine. And I didn't gain any weight, so I'm happy. So my total weight loss for month 2 was 11.7 pounds. To me, that's amazing. I think I'm grateful that I was able to lose this much. I am just thankful for being on this journey and being able to help me to focus on what's important for me, which is my health, reaching my weight goal, but just helping me from a mental standpoint, just be happy with myself. So really excited. I'm happy that I switched over to a compound trizepatide. It is more affordable. It's, you're essentially getting the same ingredients that are in the Manjaro or Zepbound pen. It's the same ingredients. My understanding from what the provider told me, it's you're getting 70% of the actual trizepatide in your medicine. Mine is diluted, if you will, with NAD and B12. And so, yeah, so this Friday coming up, which marks week 9 for me, I am still on a compound trizepatide with Fridays telehealth. I will continue that journey until I feel like there's another option for me out there. I have considered possibly when I go see my primary doctor in November for my yearly checkup to ask and inquire about Zepbound directly through Eli Lilly, as I've heard the prices have, you know, they're more affordable, quote unquote. So I'm going to explore that option possibly. But so far, I'm really happy I did the switch to Friday's telehealth. I'm really happy with the medication. I haven't had any adverse reaction or side effects with the medication. And the only difference that changed from being on a pen is now I use actual syringes. And so just, getting more accustomed to utilizing that for me on a weekly basis. I will be increasing my dosage with the trizepatide compound through Friday's telehealth. So looking forward to that. I am really looking forward to see what difference it makes from going from a 12.5 unit to, I believe it's like 20 something units. To my understanding, that would be equivalent going from a 2.5 milligram to 5 milligrams. So I'll see what that does to my appetite, to any side effects, and just overall my whole body and how I feel. So stay tuned for an update. I'm still debating if I'm going to do weekly updates or I'm just going to stick to the monthly updates and just give a recap. But just let me know what your thoughts are. If you want to see more of a weekly update, let me know. By no means, I am not sponsored by any of these products, but I did want to share with you all what I take in addition, even before I started my GLP-1, what I was taking to help me with my digestive system. I've always been a girly that had issues with her movements, so I've always had this in my arsenal. So the first one is Belly Welly. It helps me just keep things moving along and just helps me on a daily basis. So even without a GLP-1, I highly recommend this. It's daily fiber and probiotics, 4 grams of fiber plus collagen, probiotics, and electrolytes. This is always good. I take this in the morning. I have the actual container of my blooms. I also take this morning, lunch, or night, just depending on when I incorporate it, but I take it daily. I buy these individual packets because when I travel, I just like taking them with me, and then I just put them in my water bottles when I'm traveling for work. Highly recommend this. This helps with digestion, bloating, and energy. I really truly believe that that's so true. And then what I did add, now that I'm on this GLP-1 journey, to my actual supplement list when needed, not every day, is these soft chews by Ducolex. Ducolex. I take these. I bought these at Target. Very affordable. Just have them. All you have to do is probably just take one or two, and it helps. So this is really good to have. Just really excited and grateful for being part of the community, and just seeing everyone's progress and journey, and just seeing all the positive outcomes, based on what I'm, been witnessing. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.